Mine's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about my summer reading list. Since I've been home for summer, even though I've been home since the beginning of May, I still consider June as the start of summer. I decided to create a reading list. Hopefully I'll get to every book on my summer reading list so I don't have to worry about other books on my TBR, so let's get started. So I have 4 classics on my reading list, and let's talk about because I want to read more classics besides the ones that I've read for my literature classes in the past, so yeah, let's talk about those. The first classic on my reading list is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. I've been wanting to read Sherlock Holmes for so long since I've seen Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes, the movie, and then I've seen Sherlock, and then I just read A Study in Charlotte, and I'll link that review down below. I just loved A Study in Charlotte. It's a retelling of Sherlock Holmes, and I actually want to read Sherlock Holmes because of that. Next classic on my summer reading list is King Arthur and His Knights by Howard Pyle. I've wanted to read King Arthur since I've heard different stories about him, and I actually want to read because of that. So, and plus I've seen Disney's The Sword and the Stone for so long since I was a kid, and I was like, I want to read about King Arthur because of it. I know that's like a different story, but I wanted to read King Arthur. The next classic on my summer reading list is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I've seen 2 different movie versions of it, like since I was a kid, but I didn't get a chance to read it, and it's been one of the classics that I want to read. And plus, I love the cover of it. The 4 classics on my reading list are Barnes & Noble's Classics Edition, and I've been wanting to read The Secret Garden because of that. The next classic on my reading list, which is technically a reread, which is Robin Hood by Howard Pyle. I saw the trailer of the new Robin Hood movie, and it looked awesome, so I'm like, I gotta reread this before I see it, even though I'm most likely gonna see a different movie, so I want to reread Robin Hood because I haven't read it since I was in the 7th grade, and I still love the story to this day, but I want to reread it. And now let's get to the rest of the books on my summer reading list. And the next book on my reading list is the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I only read the first 2 books a few years ago. I mentioned this on my channel that I haven't not finished the Percy Jackson series, but I want to reread the first 2 books and then read the rest of it so I can get to the spin-off series. So I definitely want to reread Percy Jackson so I can read the rest of the books, and I thought it would be a perfect time for me to read them in the summer. The next book on my reading list is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling. This is the original screenplay of the first movie, and the next movie of it, The Crimes of Grindelwald's coming out in November, and I kind of want to reread. I haven't read this yet, but I definitely want to read this before seeing the next movie, because I know it's technically the movie itself and that's the script, but I definitely want to read it so I would have a refreshing memory of it. Plus, the cover is gorgeous, and underneath is the little Niffler. It's just so cute. The next book on my summer reading list is Crave the Mark by Veronica Roth. I actually have not read this yet since I've heard about it. The only thing I've read from Veronica Roth is the Divergent series, and since I've heard about this duology, I was like, I gotta read it because I love Divergent so much. But I definitely want to get to this book as soon as possible. The next book on my summer reading list is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I've heard good things about Morgan Matson's books, but this one in particular is about this girl whose friend has a list of things to do in the summer, I believe. I think it is. Yeah, her friend leaves her to-do list, and plus, what grabbed my interest about this book is Since You've Been Gone. That's the name of Clarkson song, which is one of my favorite songs, so I'm like, I gotta read this book, plus I've heard good things about it. This book on my summer reading list is Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. I've been wanting to read the series since I've good things about it, plus I know it doesn't make any sense because it has snow on the cover, in the title I should say, and it does not make sense for me to read something in the summer when it's snow and this is a winter read, but I'm just love fantasy, and I love the concept of the book, like each seasons are ruled, but I definitely want to read it because of its concept. The next book on my summer reading list is The Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I also heard good things about it because it's about fairies, and I definitely love fairies because they're one of my favorite mythical creatures, and this I think that one of the fairies is an artist, so I'm like, that's really cool, so I definitely want to read it because of that. The last book on my summer reading list is The Wicked Deep by Shia Earnshaw. I've heard good things about it, plus they said it's like Hocus Pocus, which really grabbed my interest because of that. And I know this just came out this year, so I thought it would be a good time for me to read in the summer. So that's all for my summer reading list, and if you enjoyed this video, give this a thumbs up and comment down below some of the books that you want to read this summer, because I have so many books on my TBR, but I think those books that I picked out would be a good priority for me to read in the summer. And if you want to follow me on social media, I have Facebook under Lost Reader, and I have Twitter and Instagram on Lost Reader 19. I also have Goodreads, which I link down below so you guys can check out what I've been reading. And if you don't want to miss any of my new videos, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!